You swipe a card, wait 4 minutes, and get delivered underground across an entire city for the price of a coffee. You assume this is basically a public service, like sidewalks or streetlights. But the real answer is far stranger than that. No subway system on Earth pays for itself through fares alone. Not one. And once you understand why cities keep building them anyway, spending tens of billions on tunnels, you start to see a subway isn't really selling rides. It's selling something much bigger. A single mile of underground subway can cost $500 million to over $2 billion, and that number varies wildly by city. Transit researcher Alon Levy has spent years comparing construction costs worldwide, and the pattern is striking. Paris, Madrid, and Seoul build extensions for a fraction of what New York and London pay for the same thing. The tunneling technology is similar everywhere. The difference is procurement rules, labor agreements, and bureaucracy piling cost on cost in some cities while staying lean in others. So if it's this expensive, and fares can never cover it, why build one at all? Here's the twist nobody expects. A subway doesn't just move people. It reshapes the value of the land above it. Economists call this value capture. When a station opens, nearby property values typically rise because that location suddenly has fast access to jobs across the whole city. Developers build denser buildings near stations because demand jumps. Cities increasingly try to capture that rising value directly through special taxing districts or requiring developers to help fund the line that's about to make their property worth more. The fare box is only one small slice of the actual return. Economists Matthew Turner and Gillis Durant studied something called the fundamental law of road congestion. Build more highway lanes, and drivers simply fill that space. So congestion returns to where it started. Their work implies the opposite is true for transit too. Every subway rider is a car that never hits the road, meaning less congestion and less parking pressure on the entire system. This connects to an idea from economist William Vickrey, who won a Nobel Prize partly for his work on transit pricing. Vickrey argued fares should never be judged purely as a cost recovery tool. A subway generates enormous value outside the fare box through less congestion and higher land value. Charge a fare high enough to cover costs, and you push riders back into cars, recreating the exact problem the subway was solving. The fare isn't meant to pay for the system. It's meant to keep the system full enough to keep generating the value that justifies it. This is why nearly every major subway runs an operating deficit, and it's not treated as failure. It's the price a city pays to buy backroad space and land value that traffic would otherwise destroy. So, who actually pays that subsidy? A patchwork. Dedicated sales taxes, property assessments near new lines, state and federal grants, and sometimes direct value capture, where new development near a station funds the line that made it worth building. Hong Kong flips the whole model, with the transit operator directly developing real estate around its own stations, effectively a real estate company that also runs a subway. It's one of the few systems in the world that turns a profit precisely because it captures the value it creates. Put it together, and a subway stops looking like a transportation service and starts looking like a long-term economic bet on the shape of an entire city. Every tunnel is expensive largely because of local bureaucracy. Every fare covers only a fraction of the real cost. Cities keep building anyway because the return isn't fare revenue. It's every apartment built near a station, every hour not lost in traffic, every worker who can now reach a job that used to be too far away. So, next time you swipe your card and wait for a train, remember what you're actually paying for. Not a ride that covers its own costs. A tiny piece of a much larger machine, one that reshapes property values and unclogs roads, running at a loss that almost every economist studying will tell you is exactly the point.